What's up, Cowboy Nation? This is Cowboys Abroad. Let's get into some football talk, and let's particularly talk about the free agency that's going on right now. I just want to say a couple of things. Cowboy Nation. First of all, we started out with 33 free agents. 33 free agents, and so can't keep them all. A lot of great talent in the Cowboys organization, and can't keep all of these guys. And so some of these guys just bound to go. Now, what you're probably seeing right now is a lot of guys that's signing with other teams, leaving and everything. And I really just want to say, be poised. Be poised. Trust the process. This is one of those things. It's a transition that we're going through. We just got into talking new coaching staff. We're gonna have most likely a new defensive scheme, and some new things being implemented. We got to get the right players to fit the new system and things of that nature. And so there's going to be a lot of turnover, and a little bit of turmoil right now. Just stay poised. The second thing is if you're looking for the Cowboys to make a splash in free agency, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. The Joneses and the Cowboys front office kind of have this philosophy going on now, and have been for several years now, to where we believe as an organization that free agents are expensive labor. And they're expensive personnel, and typically we don't do a lot in free agency, at least not at the start of free agency, because draft picks are a lot cheaper. You can get a first round draft pick, maybe $6 million, $7 million a year. You can get a second, third round draft pick for $3, $4, $5 million a year, $3, $4, $5 million a year. That are starters. So to go out and pay 10, 12, 11, 15 million dollars for a free agent, Cowboys don't see that really as being a solid investment at the start of free agency to go out and do that, because there are cheaper avenues of getting personnel and staffing the roster and making money go a little bit longer. Now, will the Cowboys make a play in free agency? We may make a play in free agency once things settle down, because once a guy realizes that he's unemployed and he's on the streets and he's no longer playing football, his price tag goes down, right? And when he realizes there's not a lot of demand for his services, then the price typically drop, and that's when we like to scoop in at that particular point in time. So I wouldn't be all that excited. That the Cowboys are not making a lot of moves in free agency. In fact, over the last couple of years, it's become kind of an expectation that we're not going to do much there. Now, under the new coaching staff and the direction, maybe we do one or two things. But as it stands right now, we holding on to what our philosophy is. And our free agency money, that when we're paying people big money, we using that money to retain players that we spent years developing on the roster. Players like Jalen Smith and Lyle Collins. We retain players we spent developing. And so that's where we are. Free agency is, we'll come and we'll go, and that's still the aftermarket of free agency. That's still the draft. That's still the undrafted free agents. That's still the undrafted free agents out there. That diamonds in the rough that we'll pick up. You know, and so we get the roster. We get the roster filled. Don't pin too much hopes on the free agencies, and don't get too excited about it. And that's true. We're losing. We losing players in the free agency. That's just the way the game go. You know, you gonna lose some quality players. We said goodbye to Jason Witten, Malik Collins. Said goodbye to Jeff Eve, Byron Jones. These are players that's been part of our organization for several years now. You know, we said goodbye to a guy that we knew we was gonna have to say goodbye to, Robert Quinn. We knew he was a rental. You know, we said goodbye to Robert Quinn. So we're saying goodbye to we're saying goodbye to players, and that's just how it goes. Thank them for the, you know, I appreciate the years they spent as Cowboys. These guys have been stand-up Cowboys. Went all in on Cowboys. Have been team players, and gave us solid production. But we're always happy with it. No, we wasn't always happy with it. But we Cowboy fans, we're not always going to be happy, no matter how well you play. We're not always going to be happy. But overall, collectively, these guys went hard for the team, you know, and put in work for the Cowboys. Had a lot of success as a result. Over the last 4 years, we averaged 10 wins a season. So, largely in part to some of the contributions from these guys. Appreciate the efforts. I'm gonna get out of here. Not gonna talk too long. But safe charge, Cowboy Nation, trust the process. This free agency thing will come to pass. Cowboys, it is in our culture not to be too big of players in the free agents, because some of these guys are living off their name, and we end up having to pay too much money for them. And some of these guys, we can match their production for less money. You know, we wait until some of these guys hit the market and realize, hey, I don't have a job at all. They drop the price, and that's typically when we like to swoop in and pick them up, such as in the case of Robert Quinn, such as in the case of Michael Bennett. You know, things of those natures. So anyway, this CowboysAbroad, I'm out. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for checking me out. I appreciate you.